And we are live. What's up, everybody? And I saw LBS and Blue Collar in here right at the beginning. I think Blue Collar was first one in. Guys, great to see you. Cranky, good to see you as always, too.
Ditto, likewise, and the same.
Yeah. So how's things been with you?
Well, where do I begin here? Um, Things have been kind of hectic, you know. I mean, it's the holiday season and all that. I'm not big on Christmas, you know that.
Yeah.
But I somehow always get drafted to help with this or that. Um, so you know, it's going. Um, but we've had people moving out and dogs staying for a while, and that's currently in negotiations, which isn't going to change. If I'd have wanted a pug, I'd have got a pug. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I haven't been spending much time in the shop. I did. This is the only pickup I've got recently, Michi. I got a bag of dirt. I got some. I finally got spent the money on some Delft clay, which is
Okay.
quite a bit finer. Supposedly, the detail is much better on that, and I have in mind to do something with a couple of pieces here, like this one here.
Oh, that's cool.
And this one here. Oh, gosh, God darn it. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do, but I thought the design was pretty cool, and they're pretty detailed. You can't really see it on the camera, but that and some other things I got to do some detail on. So, excuse me, but I just haven't been in the creative mood. You know, I wanted to. I've been wanting to buy some material, you know.
Yeah.
But gosh, I mean, here with the price of silver being what it is, I am. If you buy shot, it's at least $5 or $6 over spot if you find a good spot, and I just can't. I haven't had the funds to do it right now. I'm trying to
I understand that.
Get some other stuff handled first, and I think they're about I don't know what they're at times face on Constitutional. I guess this is kind of a pickup. I found this. I cleaned my desk and studio and all that sort of thing, and look what I found: $1.45 in Constitutional that I had taped in a capsule. Now, why I did that, I couldn't begin to tell you. But it was there, and so I thought, well, I'll just put that back in the proper containers, and so yeah, that's about all I've been doing here lately. Hi, Sorcerer Stan, just came in. I do have a video that I shot earlier, Michi, that I think will kind of explain how things have been going here for me. I'll turn the sound off because you can't really. I was just out and about today, and this is just a quick video, kind of a selfie kind of thing. This morning earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Did you wipe out in the snow?
That's me. That's me.
Lord.
Yep. I must say, looking rather suave and okay.
Just make it look like you did it on purpose.
I actually went to record a couple of little clips in that movie, and because here's how exciting things are. The other night I was laying there and I thought, I'll watch a little TV because I wasn't really tired, and I couldn't find anything. And lo and behold, that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was on. And so I actually, at my age, laid there and watched that whole movie.
We're never too old for Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
No, it was great,
especially the original version.
There were, and that's what they had, and I there was a couple of little things in there, that I wanted to record just for short clips, and one of them was when Santa comes out and announces that they're going to have to cancel Christmas because of the storm, and then Rudolph shows up, and Santa Claus says, well, we can weather whatever storm they come up with. And
right.
It's like, okay, even back then they knew,
right?
People knew that there was a they, and that they were messing with things. Anyway, it's one of them things, I guess you had to be there. I don't
No, I get it. This is back, of course, my son's 22 now, but back when he was probably 3 or 4, I found a box set of all that whatever they call it, like Frosty the Snowman and Santa Claus coming to town and Rudolph and the little drummer boy that we remember when we were kids. Found a box set of those at whatever big box store I happened to be at the time. So I bought it. My mentality is I want to share with him the things that were tradition, like when I was a kid. If we happen to come across Miracle on 34th Street, it's got to be black and white or it's not right. The colorized version just isn't the same. Or those versions versus the cartoon versions they show now.
Yeah.
And that kid, he's 22 years old and he's still in that part with that DVD set.
I love it.
He will not. He goes, no, this is the way it should be. This, that, and the other thing. And I've mentioned before too, I'd love to be able to, would have loved to have been able to do with him when he was a kid what they did with me when I was a kid. Like going down to the, New York has Macy's. Well, Detroit had Hudson's. And that was the place where you got dressed up to go shopping, and that was the ultimate. You were big time if you went to Hudson's to see Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And fortunately, there's a video going around on YouTube. It's something that one of our local NBC affiliate in Detroit did, talking about the history of Hudson's, and there was a lot about Santa and nice. Christmas at Hudson's. But, that's as close as I can get to, sharing the tradition with him. But, 22 years old, and he still will not let that set go.
Good for him.
So
good for him. That's old values, and part of the golden age of television, I think.
Well, the only thing that bugs me now is like here, when they show it, I happen to be flipping channels one night. It was after 10 o'clock on a weeknight. And they're showing the original Frosty the Snowman. Before
Jimmy Durante was the voice.
Yeah. Back the stuff that we saw when we were kids. And, I'm like, why is it on this late at night? But anyway,
who our age is up at this hour?
Well, even the kids, because I know there's some parents don't do it anymore, but we had a bedtime when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
and you had one shot a year to watch it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Somebody said television by appointment back in the day.
Yeah.
You had that one shot, a year to catch it, and that was it.
Right.
So, well, how's we got the boot that's going to be coming off, right?
Hopefully.
And,
hopefully.
You got stuff that you picked up, or?
Well, I've been filling collections for the most part. I did, my very minuscule pieces of silver. I had working on and that's just happened to be the right time and right opportunity. I picked up a few more those dreaded war nickels to fill that second tube. So
Yeah.
they are 35% silver, not in the best shape, but hey, it'll fill a tube.
Well, they're worth a lot more than they were a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Well, did you see the video that Fish did about selling his war nickels to Apmex?
No.
Oh, he got quite a bit back for his. And then my Secret Santa gifted me this 2017 silver maple. So that was pretty cool. We a bunch of us showed off our gifts on SGT's channel last night.
Oh, dang it.
And it was SGT and Spoke did their live stream, and yeah, it was pretty cool. They did a giveaway for everybody that was in the that was involved in the Secret Santa, and that was pretty cool. And then they also did one for everybody toward the end of the live stream, where they had you on a list, and they had a ball to correspond with each number, and then they had a couple things where you could pick what jar you got put in. And they gave away an ounce of mass-produced silver bar, and then a pour that SGT did.
Nice.
And
nice. Yeah, I wonder how come I didn't get a notification on that. That's disturbing.
Well, yeah, they were on, and they were. Everybody was joking around because Thule was late to her own live stream last night, but because she was on there with us.
Oh, nice.
But
well, I'd have stayed too.
Well, and then this morning, I don't know if everybody saw it or not. SGT's taking a break from YouTube. He wants to focus on some other things at the moment. I don't blame him. I get it.
Yeah.
And he said he's still going to be pouring and still stacking. He's taking a break from the YouTube to concentrate on, honestly, more important things. So
yeah, very good. Very good.
Hopefully he comes back, or at least pops up in the comments every once in a while in the chats and that.
Yeah.
SGT, if you happen to see this, we're going to miss you, but you know where we're at if you need us. So,
yep, absolutely. Need anything at all, my friend.
That's right.
So, yep.
But, yeah.
Well, I got you. Here we go. You were supposed to get a package today.
Yeah, it's still sitting at the dungeon.
According to USPS original date of I tell you what, I don't even know where to go with that. It's just absolutely crazy. But there's something there. It ain't much. And you know what I realized? I was going to send you last year. I was going to send you a jar of strawberry rhubarb jam.
Oh.
And that's this year I was going to send you the same one, but no, it was it's I didn't put it in there, doggone it, and I didn't even think about it until like today. I thought, gosh dang it, because I was checking the number, and I thought, man, where's your head been? So yeah, that you'll get a separate mailing. I think probably we'll wait till after Christmas.
Yeah,
just to kind of take it easy on the postal workers, because they're so, I don't want to mess with their efficiency, and I don't want to like throw a cog in the works. That may be that one extra package before Christmas that just totally breaks the system. So
well, yeah, I've been shaking my head at them lately. So I honestly, I think our regular letter carrier, who is a saint.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's off today probably because our post office closes at 6:30 p.m. and I just now started getting notifications that, oh, this has been delivered at your mailbox. This has been delivered at your mailbox. This has been delivered at your mailbox. It's like, dude, how are you going to get back in to get your stuff to go home if you're still out here delivering mail?
Yeah.
Yeah, our fill-in person is not the greatest in the world, but is what it is.
Well, I could go on and on about that. I don't get it. But I did see, oh, where did, I know, I thought I had that receipt with me. I mailed one to my niece. She wanted some charms for a bracelet with her son's birthstones in it, aquamarine,
Yep.
which I happen to have a boatload of, and amethyst. So
Yep.
I made her some I put a picture of them on Instagram, but made her some charms for her bracelet, and she's gonna get those. But I mailed it right at the same time that yours was going out. Now, mind you, this is like 3.5 or 4.5 hours from here.
Yeah.
And it's got to cross one major river, and
Right.
and I think it just got to Kansas City. It was supposed to be delivered today
Right.
too.
Yeah, they even, I know I sent you the screenshot of it. Had a package coming from one of the guys I buy a lot of stuff from on Whatnot. Guy's in Livonia, so he's about 35 minutes north of me. Straight shot up the freeway. Well, he drops off the package at the post office. Somehow it goes from Livonia, which is a western suburb of Detroit, all the way over to the east side of Detroit to the city of East Point. Then it ends up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's like, what? And that package just got here yesterday. That was over a week and a half ago. Then I ordered some stuff for my son for Christmas that I bought on Whatnot from a guy that sells not metals related. And I'm probably going to screw up the name of the city, Everett, which is, mid-Michigan, middle of the mitten. Well, instead of it coming south, it went north to Traverse City and then came south. Or I got a package coming from somebody in Mississippi. It went from Mississippi to Tennessee to Indiana to Ohio to Detroit.
I think you did a little expose on that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's
a little meltdown thing.
But it's like I have an idea. I know the girls at my local post office will laugh their side silly at it. I think whenever we got a package coming, that they should have to stamp it like they stamp your passport. Everywhere it stops, it gets a stamp.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then that way, when it gets there, you can go back to the postal service and ask for your reward miles for how many miles your package traveled out of the way. I had that one that came from Coinverse that went all the way to Phoenix, Arizona.
Good Lord.
From Florida to Arizona to Kansas to Indianapolis to Columbus to Detroit.
Wow. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I see Czech Stacker came in here. Hey, Czech. Hi, B and Becky. I haven't seen Becky in a long time. It's good to see you. Czech did did you see the Czech Lion coins?
Yes.
That collection he's getting, man. I love those things. I think I've got 1 year, and I'm not sure if it's a 23 or the 24, but I just absolutely love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
well, heck, being Becky and I are so cool. We actually held down the fort on Vegas and Blue Collars live stream one Saturday morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were holding down the fort for him.
What happened?
No, Vegas was running it from his side that particular weekend, and the dogs were being dogs, and he had to go take care of them.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And he says, "Okay, everybody, hold it down." So yeah, we held it down.
Nice. Well done, y'all. Well done.
Yes.
I just I always talk about Silver and Gold Stack Tack always says best damn community, and he's right.
Yes.
I said it last week, 2 weeks ago, and I'll say it again this week. It's best community out there. By the way, there's Mr. Happy Stacker. How you doing?
Yeah, Happy's here. Jack Stacks, Benson Coins.
I saw Benson. Hi, Benson.
Yes.
Kansas Kid.
Kansas, yep. Kansas Kid. Joseph Lopez just popped
Joseph
in.
Lopez. Hey, man. Mr. Happy Stacker. Good to see everybody. By the way, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. This is a 1/10 Britannia. And it's worth, believe it or not, it's worth about $3 more than when I picked them up here a few weeks ago. We'll do a numbers thing and when it's all said and done and give one of those away tonight. How about that?
Sounds good.
How about that?
Yeah, silver's definitely climbing. I was looking at some stuff from one of my, or I should say, one of my favorite people over across the pond there that does silver pours and stuff like that. And I love Silver Punk and I love Pure Scottish Silver. Those are my two overseas guys.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some stuff on Pure Scottish Silver's page, and man, with the conversion from pounds to dollars and what they're charging people over there for silver. Oh.
Yeah. Which brings me to something I wanted to talk a little about, and that kind of leads into it. Excuse me, I got a cough.
So let me say, something just caught my eye in the comments.
Excuse me, y'all.
How do you like that Rams touchdown a yard before the end zone? Yeah, I'm going to keep it G-rated. That should tell you. It's almost as though the rules of football don't apply when it's a team playing against the Lions.
Yeah, well,
the guy's knee was down at like the 2-yard line, and they called it a touchdown.
I'm a little upset about the Chiefs, you know.
Yeah,
but I'm not terribly, you know. I'll probably sleep tonight, but last night, man, I slept maybe 2 hours last night. I was freaking miserable. Yeah. But anyway, that's another story. I wanted to ask, just something I've been throwing out there, milling around, and I'm seeing, and Jack Stacks is in here, and that's kind of what you mentioned the exchange and the silver and all that. I have heard a rumor that back in October and possibly even now that London is like they don't have any silver. They're gone, and Jack Stacks, if you have any information on that other than that, let us know in the chat, because that's a big concern. LBMA's that's huge, man. And silver's what, almost 64 and change today.
Yeah.
It just makes me think, and I have some other sources that say that this is something that I learned as well. There is a slush fund for banks that had, I don't know how many millions or billions of dollars in it, that I don't know who set it up for them, but since like October or September, the end of September, 1st of October, that this thing's been bled out. Banks are in bad shape. We've got the highest number of the average car loan's 30% negative equity right now, and even Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan is concerned about the amount that they're holding. They're one of the biggest ones. to hold, because they hold for other banks and that type of thing. They are so upside down on auto loans. This is could be the spark for and I know it's the holiday season and all that, but it could be the spark for, it's basically the banks are in worse shape than they were in 2008 because of a few things. And that brings me to the idea that we all love seeing silver go up if we're in the market to sell it. But, I think Sal said, if it hits $100, or maybe it was on Yankees channel, if it hits $100, it's not going to be good,
Right.
because there's so many other things going on. That means the economy is going to be an absolute crapshoot. And I just wondered, what anybody out there might think about what's going on with the price being in the 60s, and if they think it's going to continue to rise, or if they think there's a big, market dump coming here pretty soon. Jack Stacks does say our country's gone down the crapper all sorts of ways. Yeah, well, Jack Stacks, I agree with you 100% there. But I mean, it's getting global. The thing down on Bondi Beach, and God, which brings me to the point of how can y'all be happy at Christmas time? It's easier to be cranky. I don't know. That was a lot of information thrown out there, just like lickety split, wasn't it? and China stockpiling metals. Yep. Their economy's in as bad a shape as ours too. Everybody thinks they're smoking guns, but they're not. They're smoking crack over there. But
well, yeah, that's something I wanted to touch on too, and it in the spirit of the season.
We'll get back to that.
In the spirit of the season, the real meaning of the season, which doesn't have anything to do with Santa Claus and what's under the tree, any of that stuff. And I'm saying this as an American to my fellow Americans, and it can apply overseas too. Because you have your different political parties and that in every country. We need to stop being, as they say over here in the United States, red and blue.
We
need to put those red and blue and whatever independent color is, and pardon my French, put that shit down and put our country's flag up in the air and say this.
We need to be red, white, and blue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've got a literal crap show going on in the city of Dearborn here in Michigan right now. And I sent a very lengthy email to Silver and Gold Stack Attack, because every other Thursday he does Off the Record. And he's probably going to use some of what I put in this email in his live stream on Thursday.
That's coming this Thursday then?
That's this coming Thursday.
Okay.
I grew up in one of the most diverse neighborhoods in Michigan, not just Detroit, in Michigan. We had every nationality. We had every faith. We had every skin tone. But nobody cared. We were all human beings. We were all put on this earth by the same creator, whether some want to claim it or not. And especially the kids, we didn't care.
Yeah.
We knew there were rules that we had to follow if we went to certain kids' houses. Every kid's house, but other, beyond the be polite.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid. Don't be an idiot. Beyond that. But, and like I told him in that email, I would go over to East Dearborn all the time, because East Dearborn is, it was the main Middle Eastern community in Dearborn, literally right next to the Detroit city limits. They had restaurants, they had bakeries, they had shops. They welcomed everybody. And they didn't care what nationality you were. They didn't care they didn't care. They wanted you to come, and I used to go in there all the time, and the people that owned the bakery there, they thought it was cool that this American guy wants to learn.
Yeah.
And it was the different pastries and stuff, or going to a restaurant, well, what would you like today? Surprise me. I want to try something new. And that was all great. Mm-hmm. And then August of 1990 happened, and coalition forces start building up in Saudi Arabia because Big Brother's got to step in because Iraq invaded Kuwait. And then they put their foot down and said, no, you've got this much time to get out. Well, the whole thing changed in East Dearborn. Now we would get side eyes for going into their neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Then January of 91 happened, and it became Desert Storm. I walked into that same restaurant, and I was told to get out.
Wow.
Now, after Desert Storm and all that kind of settled down a little bit, it still didn't have the same vibe going over there, but, you could go over there, whatever. And then 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And they literally would chase you out of their establishments. They didn't want you there. Now, fast forward to earlier, like whatever it was, a month ago, 2 months ago, you've got these reporters from out of town that come into Dearborn because they've heard all this stuff about, the lawsuits about the noise and all this other stuff. And both not of Middle Eastern descent. And they were followed around that neighborhood by a drone that took off from the mosque that's right there. Followed them all around the neighborhood. They were almost run over 3 or 4 times by people that intentionally tried to run them over. They walked across Verner Highway into the gas station, and this thing hovered over the door until they came back out, and then followed them back to their cars.
Wow.
And these are the same people that'll scream and holler when at, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning, the Catholic church down on the corner plays their bells at the start of Mass.
Mm-hmm.
That Catholic church gets a violation from the city of Detroit, but you're getting calls to prayer that can be heard miles away. And in this case, you have a Muslim mayor giving orders to a Muslim police chief, giving orders to a police department that is 65% Muslim.
Golly.
And they wonder why there's a problem in Dearborn. But now you look at what happened over there in Australia. Yes, it was 2 Middle East. I don't know what their nation of origin is. If they're Arab, Lebanese, Palestinian, Israeli, I don't know. And everybody automatically, those damn enter nationality here. But if you watch the whole story, the guy that overpowered the son, it was a father and son team that did that shooting.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that overpowered the guy with the gun, the son who was armed and disarmed him, was unarmed and disarmed this guy.
Yeah.
Is Middle Eastern.
Yeah, Syrian.
So not everybody.
From what I heard.
Yeah, it's not everybody.
Well, and that's it's a good point, and it brings, we always say we have freedom of religion in this country, but we also have freedom from religion. And that might take on a whole new meaning here. And I have a lot of, I've got Persian friends, Iranians that are faithful people, and some of them Christian, some not, but they love America. They can't stand what's going on.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. I don't know, Michi, if we'll ever go back to the same kind of.
And I go back to, and I'll even go back to, again, we'll go back to when I was a kid in the old neighborhood. We had these 2 brothers. They came to the United States. They went through the process, became U.S. citizens. They learned to read, write, and speak the language, English language. They worked for this little old couple that owned a fruit market up around the corner from my house. They learned that business from the original owners, and when the original owners retired, Joe and his brother, God, I can't remember his name now. It's been so. Uh, Joe and Ron, his brother Ron, they bought that fruit market, and they took such good care of the neighborhood. They came here, they conformed to the American way. They would not allow their wives to walk behind them. They made their wives get rid of their hijabs and stuff. No, we're American now. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And you could walk in there, and there were a lot of people in my old neighborhood that were on limited incomes. You know, people that were on food stamps, and they want to feed their kids healthy things, so they go there. And I saw it any number of times where a mom would be $5-10 short to pay for vegetables and fruits for a child. No. You take care of it later. I got you. You're good. And that's the way they treated everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or you had a couple of guys that were Iraqi born that came to this country. They opened up, or they took over ownership of a convenience store around the corner going the other way. And they were the same way. They took care of the neighborhood. These guys, when my grandfather passed away, these guys, as you know, how everybody shows up at your front door with a pan of this, a tray of that. They want to feed you. We ate traditional Iraqi fare for about 6 days because every day Ron and Steve showed up at the front door with 10-course meals. They didn't ask for anything because they took care of the neighborhood. And just to see what that whole thing has turned into now, but yeah, and then this whole thing with Rob Reiner and his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I can't stand the SOB any further than I could throw him. He proved that Meathead wasn't just a character; it was an actual living, breathing person. But our president stuck his foot in his mouth. Okay. And I don't care how much I couldn't stand that man. You just unalived a mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you've got and yeah, they're saying that the son did it, but Rob also has a daughter that now has to go to California and bury her dad a lot earlier than she should have. Mm-hmm. And the smartass remarks on social media, well, karma finally bit him in the butt, blah, blah, blah. No, this is not the time for that.
No.
But it's just like I said, we need to put our flag, our respective party or belief flags down and stick that American flag back up in the air. Or for my friends over in the UK, the flag of your country, put that up in the air. Forget about all this party shit and be patriots of your country.
Yep, exactly.
Michi rant's done.
You're saying, get after it, buddy. I trained you well, didn't I? You're talking about Rob Reiner. I never really cared much for the guy. I mean, he has an outstanding body of work. There's no doubt about it. But I never cared for his politics. But I did learn something today that kind of made me think a little bit about it, because Lori and I were kind of listening to the news. We ran a couple of errands, and the son that allegedly did this had been homeless in 3 different states. Wouldn't comply to family rules. If he wouldn't go to treatment, then they wouldn't let him in the house, and he was basically cut off. So he was homeless, and for that, I thought, God, earlier in the day, I had thought to myself, he's reaping kind of the liberal, fruits of his, of his way of doing things. But to find out that he actually had said, you forget it, kid, was, kind of refreshing. I mean, I kind of had to check myself on that, because that way it wasn't right for me to do that, and the Brown University thing. They're saying like 80 some cameras caught this guy or something like that, and they can't find him. I got to tell you, I see the direction of this kind of thing um, going to mass surveillance. You know, Benson's was just talking about going into London. You know, they're in the chat going into London and getting a, what do you say? It's I don't know about parking wardens, Benson's coins, but he says he has to drive into London and, you know, he'll get a yellow box camera ticket or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
There's so much surveillance over there.
Yeah.
It's just insane to me.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, Michi, none of us are a free society anymore. Our
No.
Constitution, we haven't been able to live by our Constitution since 1947.
Yep.
And there are those who govern, and this is what I said to Lori earlier too. We have two governments. It's of the money, by the money, for the money.
Yeah.
Who seems to be flexing their muscle right now, and the other side of that is, you know, we the people of them, you know,
Right.
of the people, by the people, and for the people, and that's um, there needs to be a great awakening globally. And I'm hoping that I'm around long enough to see it happen, because I see some of these younger folks turning a little bit more conservative and a little bit more libertarian in views, you know, or constitutional,
Right.
and it gives me great hope. I mean, you know, my son's 25, and he's like the spitting image of me in his faith and constitutional support, and, you know, that type of thing. And his girlfriend too. They were in town last week, and I got to spend the afternoon with him in from Salt Lake City. And she's such a cute little thing. Well, I asked her, I said, so you can either come and pour your, which I did. I did a quick pour for them. Well, they did it. I said, you can either come over and pour your Christmas presents, which they did. Um, and they got to go through the whole process, you know,
Well, that's cool.
the mold, making the mold casting the mold in the sand, and the melting, pouring, clean up, and all that sort of thing. And so they got to do that. But when I mentioned it, she said, well, I want to go to the gun range, pardon the G word there, to the pew pew range. Can we just do both? And I'm like, well, sure we can. So we did, and had a ball. But she just passed her EMT exams, so
Good
she's
for her.
waiting on a license to come in. She wants to be a firefighter.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and
Go
she
get 'em,
is,
girls.
yeah, she's something else. That one there, she's very, very cool.
Well, I will say that working where I work and dealing with the people I deal with every day, and, you know, again, pardon the language, but some of the most badass firefighters I know are women. So,
yep.
they're compassionate as hell, but they'll kick your butt in a minute if you get
Well,
out.
I would trust little Grace is maybe 5'2", but
Well, you
you
know
know,
what they say
she's a
about girls that are
bodybuilder,
5'2".
and she I would trust her to carry me down.
Well, our rule always was, don't trust the short ones because they got a lower center of gravity and they don't fight fair.
That's right.
Yep.
And I would not want to make her angry.
Right.
But she's a peach, that one. So they're that was a really good day with the kids here.
Yeah. So before I forget and don't answer, designs by JVL. You're in Trenton. I'm between you and Monroe. I'm down south of you. Trenton's where my doctor's at, my physical therapist is at, and where I go to the hospital when I get sick. So I'm not that far south of you.
I am.
What city I live in.
Yeah, I saw them asking. I don't know if that's a he or she.
That's
designs by.
Yeah.
But I saw that question for you there. What town were you in? So
yeah, I will just say I'm in the Carlton, Frenchtown, North Monroe area.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
they'll know where I'm talking about.
I bet they will.
So in our neighborhood, we have one of the best jerky places in Michigan. Still got to figure out how to get you some of that before without it going bad on the way the Postal Service is.
There you go.
We got some of the best jerky around. Let's see what else we got down here.
Got a heck of a football program. Oh wait,
not down here in Detroit. Yeah.
No, don't college.
Don't get me started about the shenanigans in Ann Arbor.
I'm going to say only one thing about that, Michi. At least you guys parted ways with your coach, quote unquote, for reason.
Yeah.
In Nebraska, they always have to pay out that contract before they get ready. We're about 3 coaches behind right now. You guys at least you don't have to pay a dime.
I would say it was last year, the year before, that they canned the head coach at Michigan State, and similar situation. He was having inappropriate relations with somebody that worked for the university or one of the sponsors or whatever, and State had to pay out big time for him. But the one thing I really wish that Sharon Moore would have done the last game of the season, if he would have just knuckle sandwiched the head coach from Ohio State.
Yeah,
because you come out on our field after you beat us, and you want to tell me in my players in my stadium to clear the field? No, you get off the field. This is our house. And I was so hoping he was just going to right hook him, but he didn't. The same Ohio State head coach that stood there last year on the field when Ohio State University police were pepper spraying all the Michigan Wolverines players.
Yeah.
Stood up, what?
God, was that already a year ago?
What you talking about? Because the only people that got pepper sprayed on that field were people with the big block M on their jackets or the yellow wings on their helmet. That was the only people that got pepper sprayed out of that whole thing.
Yep.
And it was the OSU guys that were throwing the punches.
Yep. So. And that's why we all love and it's a love-hate relationship with the Buckeyes.
The Ohio State University.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because
what, can they only afford one university there?
What was I can't remember, it was 3 weeks ago. They Fox Sports does that thing where when the football game comes on or it starts, and okay, Detroit's defending, so let's show you their number one defensive line, and down in the corner you see each of the players and they say their name and where they came from, and there were a couple of players on the opposing team that went to Ohio State. So of course my number one guy, Aiden Hutchinson, says, Aiden Hutchinson, the University of Michigan.
Oh, nice. There's a good gig.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
And then you get the other guy that he's just trying to stay low key. So his name is blah, 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 Michigan.
So well, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about college football. But because we're going through some things here.
Is it baseball season?
Nothing like you guys. Nothing you guys. When's baseball season?
Is it baseball season yet? It's hockey season, but I can't go to the hockey games because I can't.
Yeah, right. That kind of stuff. You need to put a blade on that bad boy.
Yeah, well, no, I need to. What I need is one of those little scooters that you kneel on.
Yeah, you could put little skis on a little.
Well, they got
those
little scooters, and get one of those, and I don't have to go on the ice. You're not getting me on the ice.
Yeah, but you got to get through the parking lot.
As my son and I were supposed to go for his birthday, and he ended up taking a buddy of his because I obviously can't do the walking, and It's like, yeah, Dad, you missed all the enough.
Now,
but
see,
I know enough security people down there at the arena where I could go in and they'd put me on the Bat Cave elevator and get me up to the top of the up top of the seats pretty easy. But it's the walking from the car to the arena and then walking through security at the arena and why is your ankle beeping? I don't know.
Plus, it's,
Big old boot.
Plus, it's cold. I don't, Hey, there's muskets and mustard and biscuits.
Mustard and biscuits.
Muskets and bistards. That didn't sound right at all. Yeah, but Benson's throwing a little patriotism out there, and that's good to see.
Yes, he is far better looking on the coin than him.
We need to. I think that's a pretty general sentiment about. Well, yeah, even on her worst likeness on there, which I don't know. I've always liked Jody Clark myself.
That mug just isn't cutting it.
I mean, even Queen Elizabeth looked better than this dude, but I mean, Queen Victoria, she wasn't an absolute peach to look at either. But and he did his little cancer thing, saying thanks for the support and all that sort of thing. Well, that's a topic for a whole nother night. I mean, I could go on for a long time about it, and I wonder, with the surveillance and things like that, if some of these guys haven't gotten in trouble for talking to me over there, because I've, Stack and 365 and some other guys, I've said, brothers, I'm worried about you. I was talking about that a year ago. It's gotten.
Well, I lost all any kind of respect I might have had for that man back when he stepped out on Diana. And part of that's because my mom went through the same thing. My dad just decided he didn't want to be around anymore, and he split.
Yeah.
And I also sit there and I'm like, you left Diana for that.
And I always kind of wondered about that myself.
He doesn't think he did anything wrong. And it's like, no, and now you're the leader of this country. You can't even get your priorities straight.
Well, and to the point we were talking about earlier, the silent invasion over there, to go out and so to speak, do a ribbon cutting for a facility for, a facility, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to use the M word, but they're not a religious facility. They're a training ground, in my opinion. Exactly. And that's my opinion, everybody. You know how I stand on things. If I think it and I feel like somebody ought to hear it, I'll tell you. Everybody's got an opinion. I'm just right. So, how about that? You deal with it.
Well, and you know what? Maybe I'm living in a fantasy land. I would hope that one day when William becomes king.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I think he's a little bit of a wishy-washy myself.
Well, I see him as being way much more like his mom than his dad.
Well, I hope so. And there's Grandma. Gosh darn it, she does that every time.
You know what? I bet she's watching us going, I get him off of there.
No, yeah, no, she forgets. She's 96, y'all. So, and Benson's, you know what? Here's the difference in our generation and the one that's up and coming over here for the most part. Not all of them, like I said, like my son and some others, but and people don't understand it. Somebody I read something some Canadian person said the other day, like, what's the fascination with Americans and guns? And it's no good. Well, yeah, it is. I would die for your country, Benson's. That's how I feel about patriotism and Western culture being so important. I got a lot of friends in your country, and I'd lay my life down for them. I've had a good run. Let's get her on,
Well,
nobody. What is that? You either, what's that saying about you got to either stand for something or you die for nothing.
Yep.
That's it. Somebody's going to have to be a statesman, and I've even heard, like, in Ireland that I can't say that it was the Sinn Féin, but Sinn Féin, before it was a political party, was an activist group, and I remember all the headlines from the days of yore, and they were a vicious bunch, and there's talk of public outrage being to the point now that it's going to start getting handled, and that's going to just lead to more surveillance, but it's got to happen. I mean, I truly believe it's got to happen. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that, but I'm not inciting anything. I'm just
stating fact.
Yeah, I'm just talking common sense, folks.
I had this conversation with somebody who I thought I would have never had to have had the conversation with, somebody I went to high school. Her dad's a retired police officer, as a matter of fact, and she is a registered Democrat. No matter what the Democrats do, they can do no wrong. And she looked at me and she said to me right to my face, "You're retired now. You don't have to carry a gun." Yeah, I do. Just because I retired doesn't mean people I locked up aren't out there waiting to get me. Because I quit counting how many times I was told, when I get out, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
But her party of preference prefers victims instead of survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the ones that will disarm the law-abiding citizen, but then turn around and they don't, and they blame everything that happens, and I'm waiting for it to come out, that it's the law-abiding citizens that caused what happened at Brown University. It's the law-abiding citizens that caused what happened over in Australia, and all these others. Oh, it's the law-abiding citizens. No, it's the people, because you come after us because we're going to abide by whatever law comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I do have access to a boat out on Lake Erie. But the people that don't obey the law are still going to have them. So you're going to have victims, not survivors.
Yeah. And
that's why they target these college universities, because they've got maybe 2 campus cops working and nobody with a CPL. And I think Rhode Island's they're another state that they don't want anybody having CPLs. But I could be wrong. I know there's a lot of those eastern states that, they don't even want their cops carrying off duty.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't. Like the New Jersey State Police several years ago put out a general order that if you're carrying your department issue firearm to and from work, you have to take your department issued ammo out of your department issued weapon and leave the department issued magazines in your locker at work and put 10-round magazines in, because once you're off duty, you don't need that many rounds.
Blah, blah, blah.
What?
Right. What if you need 11?
Right. Exactly.
I think
if you're an old fart like me, you got six in the revolver or in the cylinder and hit what you're aiming at.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people understand, the real conditions in a real gunfight.
Right.
There's
too many people believe what they see on TV.
Yeah. It's not a one and done. Everything's gonna go center mass. You might hit one of Brown's Betsy cow out there in the pasture, and she's 5 miles away. You never know. It could happen. It's not exactly a controlled panic in most cases.
Okay, is anybody else hearing Cranky sounding like a robot? Ruh-roh.
Is it better now?
A little bit better.
Let me. How How do I sound as a robot?
Okay.
How's that?
Hey, there you are.
How about that? All right.
The how do we describe it? The at the beginning of one song that Tupac did where it starts out the person singing California Love and then goes into that's what you were sounding like there for a minute.
I have no idea. I cannot associate with that reference at all, but thank you very much. Tim Ivins, hi. And I apologize, y'all. I'll try not to do that again.
I just thought maybe I was hearing things or it was on my end.
How about that?
I can never hear him when he screams.
Oh, you can't? It's awesome.
Hey, there it is. Okay, I heard it that time.
One more for good measure. I just love that thing. And when I was out today, I saw one that says it's the Christmas screaming goat, and he had a Santa hat and a red coat on. Gosh darn, I might go buy that for you, Michi. You can have a goat on your set too.
Oh yeah,
2 goats. Now we're going. Wait a minute, that's a road we don't want to go down, probably. But well, you know what? I'm gonna have to go get my Marty the Wonder Dog and her sister and
Grandma Cranky and
get them. And get Grandma Cranky called back. And I just I really like talking about good stuff and really honestly, everybody, I think everybody here knows me. I'm completely facetious when I say I freaking hate Christmas, and well, I'm mostly facetious. But I do Christmas a little different than a lot of folks, and I like to see, I like a little humor with everything. And I do wish everybody sincerely the absolute best that God can bring you this year. I honestly do. And everybody have a Merry Christmas. And whatever comes your way, let's all try and make the absolute best of it, and stop, slow down, whatever it takes, and have a little bit of quiet time, reflective time, or whatever on the day, just
right.
In His honor,
Amen.
So, well, let's do this now.
Okay.
Shall we do and Michi, you're gonna finish things up here because it's your stream, but I do want to do this this 1/10 Britannia. I'm not gonna show this side. Hang on.
It won't let me send you a private chat to send you a number like I did last time.
No, I'll yeah. Oh, you gonna send me yeah. See, I'm not gonna show this side. I'll show lovely Lady Britannia. And Jack Stacks, I hope you're still here. You'll have a package, but I'm not gonna overload the system. It's gonna come after Christmas. Just a few little knick-knack things that I kind of love and would like for you and yours to have. And Michi, if you've got a Michigan magnet up there, hint, maybe you could send me one. I'll stick it in his package. But yeah, 1/10 Britannia.
I can send you one of mine.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like the one I sent you?
Yeah, something. Well, yeah. I mean, one of yours and another. I think Mrs. Jack Stacks has a magnet collection.
Oh, you know what? Not a problem, because my son's going to be down Wednesday night, Thursday, because we got some running to do. So
cool.
We can pop by where I got that one for you. You talk about like the state of Michigan one, like I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We can pop in there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Benson's, tell the missus to give you 5 minutes, please. I need 5 minutes. Okay. So anyway, did you send me a number?
I didn't. It won't let me get into private chat to send it to you. So let's let you pick one.
Well, here, let me see if
Steve K, yes, let's go Red Wings. We need something good to happen in this city.
All right, go to private chat.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Got it.
Between 1 and whatever you say, 50 or 100, whatever.
Between 1 and 50.
All right.
When Cranky says go.
All right. Let's Hi Steve. Let's go Red Wings. Okay, so whoever's in here still, let's do this. I'm going to send you it'll come in regular mail, non-machinable. But it's a 1/10 2025 Britannia, and they're just such pretty little coins. So pick a number, start putting them in there between 1 and 50, and go. See if we still have anybody in here, Michi. Ooh, we got some good numbers. Not there yet, folks. Not there yet. Between 1 and 50. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Pretty close. Pretty close there. Yep, looking good. Looking good. Hi, CNC Nitro. Put a number in, buddy, between 1 and 50. Ooh, real close there. Here we go. We're going. We're going. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Well, we've topped out with the bottom and the top number, and they were not correct so far. So, if that helps anybody at all, Steve 1 through 50, 1 to 50. God, I ought to send him one just because he said that. Oh, real close there. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, 304. That's close. Yeah. Man, we're getting some numbers right around there. I can stay all night. So the only one on a schedule here is Benson's coin. So oh, we're close. We're close. Oh my goodness. We got some. This is kind of fun. Oh, there's a yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh yes, there it is.
You see it? I'm going to screenshot it.
Mustard and Biscuits got it.
Mustard and Biscuits. Dun, dun, dun. All right. The number was 48, folks. Mustard and Biscuits. If anybody wants to double check, go back in the chat. The number was 48.
Yeah.
And I'm showing Mustard and Biscuits got it first. You know, I wish I could just send everybody one. Heck. Cool. Mustard and Biscuits. My email is on my page, but it's crankystacker@gmail.com. If you want to send me your mailing address in an email, I'll get that out to you. Congratulations. They're like my new favorite. They're a face only a mother could love. They're like my new favorite fractional. They're just beautiful. Beautiful little coins. I love my Brits, but these are cool. So well done, everybody. Yeah. Awesome. Good times. Way to go, Mustard. All right. Well, Michi, as always, I love you, my brother. We need to talk on the phone before Christmas too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah. Well, we will. You surely will get your mail before Christmas. Of course, I probably just jinxed it right there, but
well, like I said, it's sitting down. It's at the dungeon right now, so hopefully it'll be here tomorrow.
Cool.
So, cool. Any of you that wonder what the dungeon is, that's the downtown Detroit processing center.
There you go. All right. Well, any last thoughts, Michi?
Just everybody, hope you have a great holiday. I know we'll all, I'll be on here with a couple more videos before Christmas, and then I'm doing some special stuff on here Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. But just want to wish everybody a safe, happy holidays to you and your families. And, it's just, all figure out how to love each other and get along, put all this silliness that's going on in our world aside, even if it's just for a couple days, and just try to learn to love each other.
Yep. And I just want to say thanks for everybody that came in tonight. I love each and every one of you, and Merry Christmas. Much cranky love to each and every one of you, and thanks for sharing your time with us. Time's really all any of us have, and thank you for sharing it with us. So there you go. So stay safe, shoot straight, keep stacking, stack the right stuff.
What he said. All right, everybody, we'll see you soon. We're out.
Oh, West Texas, hi, see you later. We're just closing it out. Thanks for coming in.